Pit stops are a huge part of every NASCAR race. The teams are always trying to gain track position, manipulate strategy, or gain time to their competitors. Sometimes trying to gain an advantage, the driver or the crew makes a costly mistake. So today we're going to look at some of those moments. Just before the video starts, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss an upload. Anyways, let's get into the video. One of the most popular ways to find trouble in pit road is getting clipped by another car and turned into a pit box.
In the race on pit road, and there's a problem on pit road, Adam.
Something we saw in February. Brad Keselowski and Ryan Newman getting together on pit road. This is a tight place when you put them all there together.
Oh, Gordon got into Newman and turned him into the five car.
What's this? Oh, that's dangerous. Gosh. Very dangerous. And one of the two.
Or that could have been a ton worse.
Just barely clips Newman. And as you see it sends him across. And look at those officials.
Contact is harder in some crashes than others.
And Preece makes the cut.
Yikes. I think he had his eyes on the 12 of Blaney trying to clear him.
Outside, clear to the grass. Oh.
McLeod about stopped.
You don't get a better view than that.
Last week at Daytona, and this is when he was driving off of the pit lane.
Yeah, you watch at the right rear. He spins the car around, just catches the tire changer, and it hit his elbow pretty hard.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it looked like maybe it got his left knee and hip too.
It got a little bit of everything. That hurt.
Yeah, he's a little bit upset with Joey right there. Joey needed to spin the car around, felt like he did, to get it headed back in the right direction.
Sometimes drivers will lock it up and lose it all on their own.
This pit road in Indianapolis is a lot tighter than you might think.
That's a very creative entry into your pit box there.
Yeah. I bet he had some help.
And hopefully no one was injured.
Or not.
By himself. That looked like an e-brake maneuver to get into your parking spot there.
A costly way the crew can mess up is by trying too quickly to tighten lug nuts, sometimes resulting in moments like this.
You saw the rear, they were working on that left rear, and then Kyle pulled away, and the tire is off the left rear.
That was the audible. Kyle wasn't aware that the crewman had got to the left rear to take his tire off, and he left.
And just like that, the race changes.
And as anticipated, Mark Martin couldn't get the pit.
No, he didn't get the left front on.
Yeah, this has went downhill fast. You know, Larry, it just never fails. Substitute drivers with a different team and different people, spotters, crew chief, really difficult. And on a track like this where it's so intense.
Speaking of Mark Martin, how could we forget about this crazy moment at Michigan?
One of him off turn 4, spun down pit road, and caught the butt end of the opening of pit wall. You see Mark climbing from the car there, fortunately, because look where that car hit that wall, just behind the driver's compartment.
I don't know if that got the oil tank there. More than likely, that's probably exactly situated right behind the driver's seat there, just in front of the rear tire.
Bobby Labonte were racing right in front of him in turn 4.
Yeah, and this Mark had caught these cars. You can see Bobby Labonte looks like just loses it, gets loose with that car right up behind him there. But Mark had been there for a while, and you can see Mark spinning now. Not much you can do except hold on and lock the brakes as a driver at this point in time.
And right there.
Yeah, I was lucky the crew members weren't injured there as well. I'm telling you, that was just a crazy accident.
Mark's trying to keep it off the wall right here and keep it a little damaged as he possibly can, but just can't get it back out. Wow, you can see all the oil go out from under
instantly it ruptured that oil tank. That could have been a big problem if it had caught fire immediately.
The scariest thing in racing, fire. Fire on pit road is a common occurrence and is typically not a huge deal.
Fire on pit road, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s pit.
I think it's just a little bit of fuel.
It ought to go out.
Yeah, it should go out.
I'm going to see. There you go. When he pulled that can off, man.
Coming there. 4100 right here. 4100.
Other times, it can cause a driver to retire in spectacular fashion. Natalie Decker found this out the hard way just 3 laps into her debut truck race.
Failures on the first lap of the race.
She's got more issues than that. She's tore her oil line off right there.
And that's a big problem for Natalie Decker, making her first Truck Series start here at Daytona.
That'll bring out the caution as she's on pit road.
And it is indeed out. And there you see pulling Natalie Decker out of the truck. The crew right on hand.
Back into the driver's cockpit. What a crazy start to the race.
Timmy Hill in the 66, you see the flames rolling from underneath that car. Little DW throwback paint scheme as Timmy Hill jumps out of that car, and the fire extinguishers will go to...
Yeah, that's right on pit entry.
You got out okay.
So did Timmy Hill. He obviously felt something wrong with his car and tried to make it to pit road. He made it, but just after his car went up in flames. Probably the best example in recent years of how dangerous fire can be is with Paul Menard at Homestead in 2013. The car was already on fire, and instead of pulling off the racetrack, Menard's team tried to repair the car.
Oh, whoa, baby. Whoa. That tire just blew out.
One of the most difficult parts of pit road is simply entering the pits, and this is showcased nowhere better than Daytona.
There goes Daniel Suarez, Joey Gase, Ryan Reed, John West Townley, all involved as the leader started to come down pit road. Brendan Gaughan was sideways on the pit lane.
That cars are pitting. Suarez locks up. He gets hit in the back by the 39 of Ryan Sieg and just chain reaction.
Green flag stops are super difficult because drivers have to slow down from nearly 200 miles per hour to 55 miles per hour in the middle of a pack while trying to get to the entrance of pit road faster than anyone else.
Want to peel off early if you're coming, and some of them are.
Boy, a bunch of them did, but not our leader.
Whoa! Car goes around in the trial, the spinning, sliding out of control. BJ McLeod brings out the caution. Stenhouse has wrecked on pit road, and there's Tyler Reddick. All of them in their first 500 start, and moves on.
Yeah, and I just wonder if McLeod was trying to get woed up, and I think Cody Ware had no idea he was coming to pit road.
And you're right, Jimmy Johnson did get collected in that.
Wanted to be on pit road when the caution flag comes out. Look here, we're going to have an accident like we were talking about.
It's the 18 of Cody Coughlin, and the 23 collects Christopher Bell.
It happens all the time when you do that.
Cody Coughlin, he ran into the back of Spencer Gallagher, and that caused that mess. And you can see the 9 truck of Byron sliding his tires. He should have come on to pit road.
There's the green and white car. There's LaJoy toward the back of the field.
He just misjudges the speed here. He doesn't get it woed down
he's
enough.
coming hot,
but he
coming
tries
hot.
to avoid Clint Boyer, which Clint's thankful of, but unfortunately it loads over in the left rear and he just can't keep it under control. Noses into the outside wall.
It would make a difference. You see,
Crash coming onto pit road. Kyle Larson, late decision, wanted to come to pit road. Kyle Busch looked like he was going to come off of pit road. They hit.
In this case, Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch were trying to fake out others behind them. The problem being they had the same mindset, and the Kyles made contact, with Larson getting the worst of it. As weird and confusing of a situation as this was, there have been much more confusing situations on pit road.
Why did Ryan Blaney stay on track, Chris?
Well, the team talking about that right now, Adam. It sounded like they were definitely going to want to come to pit lane, but Ryan Blaney saying pit lane was closed when he came back. That's why he stayed out on the racetrack.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing that happened to Brendan Gaughan. The pit road entrance light was flashing red, and then they changed it to green at the very last minute, and I think that was the confusion on Ryan Blaney and Brendan Gaughan's part.
NASCAR declared that the pit road was open, but the light operator didn't change the pit road entrance light to green. Even though this was clearly NASCAR's fault, NASCAR doubled down and penalized all 22 drivers who came down pit road. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Also, let me know in the comments below if you like this video format and would like to see more videos like this. I think it is the best way to get through a lot of different crashes and clips without me talking over the entire video. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Peace.